Hi guys, as you can see, the garden now is rototilled and winterized, and today is October 15th, and this is the time we usually winterize the gardens at the end of the season. Okay, let me show you how we did it. As you can see now, it's fall in New England here. We are in Massachusetts, and this is all the leaves of the trees turning colors, and it's a beautiful season for us here. So here, as you can see, the gardens already being harvested, and we have a few things left here, like we have this beautiful parsley beds. So we're gonna keep this here because this crop likes cold weather, kind of. But here, as we can see, the garden, it's already been harvested and cleaned of all the plants. As we mentioned before, we have here about a quarter of an acre of a garden, and this is considered to be a good sized garden for home growers. But you can always make just a small garden for yourself. So before we rototill the garden, I'm gonna be planting winter rye. As you can see here, we have 2 bags of winter rye, like 56 pounds each, and that would be more than enough for our garden. So before I rototill the garden, I broadcast and the winter rye all over the garden heavily, pretty much, and this is considered good food for the garden for next year. So winter rye, that's what most farmers do. They plant all their farms winter rye in the winter, and so they rototill the growth of the winter rye in the spring, and that will be food for the garden. Okay, let's do some spreading. All right. Okay, here, as you can see, we did all the broadcasting of the winter rye. As you can see here, they're pretty heavy all over the place. That's how you do it. And we used a hand spreader this time, but you can use a wheeled spreader, but the ground is kind of wet, so we used hand spreader, or you can do it the old-fashioned way. You can spread it by hand. All right, now what we're gonna be doing, we're gonna rototill the garden. For a large garden, like you're gonna need really a rototiller. I have this rototiller for many years, and it's still like new. Of course, if you take care of it, maintain it, or you can rent one if you have a big garden. If you have a small garden, like this one here, I have a smaller garden on the side here. All you need is a hand-held rototiller, a small rototiller like that. That will do fine. Or you could do it by hand. Or you can rent a rototiller if you don't want to do it. Okay, let's do some rototilling. Here we are. We finished rototilling the gardens, as you can see. So the winter rye will start to jump up within like 10 days, and within 3-4 weeks this whole area here will be all nice and green. It's like a lawn. A lot of friends and garden club friends, they ask me how do I winterize my garden. I hope this video give you an idea how we winterize the garden and have it ready for next season. So we'll keep you posted, and hopefully you guys can start a garden of your own. So next season, I think I'm gonna be needing some volunteers, and let's see what happens. Okay guys, I'll keep you posted, and we'll see you maybe next season. All right, bye. Here, as you can see, the winter rye that we planted about 10 days ago. See how now they are jumping. So almost they're getting green, as you can see here. So it takes them about like 5 to 10 days. This is about 10 days now, like that. So it's all over, you know. Within like 2-3 weeks, they'll be, all these here will be nice and green, like a lawn. As you can see here in New England, this is the fall, and the trees start to lose their leaves, and the colors of the trees are so beautiful. Okay, so our garden here, as you can see here, so everything, the winter rye came out nice successfully after we plow it in, and we'll show you when it gets really green all over. Okay, and here we do have a surprise. This is in October 30th. We have a small snowstorm in New England, Massachusetts, and as you can see here, the trees, beautiful colors, but it's snowing, as you can see here, and the garden and the winter rye, as you can see, is pretty green now, and actually the snow will be a good food for the winter rye. It looks so pretty, huh? Look at that. Beautiful tree colors. Plus, we have the winter rye. Okay, we'll show you in a week or so how the winter grass will be growing. Here we are. The leaves is fallen from the trees, as you can see here, and here after 4 weeks since we planted the winter rye, and here you are. That's beautiful green all over the place, and it will winter over, and it will not die, and then in the spring it will grow more and will be beautiful food for our garden. Here, as I mentioned before, this winter rye, we gardeners, we call this green gold. is a beautiful food for the next season. So our garden is planted with winter rye, and it should be nicely rototilled in the spring, and all this will be food for the garden. Okay, so we'll see you next season. Bye for now.